Boom. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just so you know, I navigate that whole video and timing, Stephanie, just like you got to push a lot of buttons, just perfect timing. Hey, everybody, turn on your cameras so I could see you, you could see me. Make sure your name, hey, James, what's happening? Lisa, Ethan in the house, Gary Peterson, what's up? If you guys, we're going to put a little legend in the chat bar. Just put an initial before your name. And also, if you can make sure your name is correct, so I don't call you like Bob, but your name is Lisa or something, that's helpful for me. So just go in. If you don't know how to change and put the initials before your name, you just hover over your picture. There's three little dots. Click it and type rename. Hey, Danielle from Down Under. Carrie, nice to see you again. So hang on. My wife will tell you, Carrie, I don't really know parts of the world well. So if Australia is down under, like, type in the chat bar, like, where the hell are you at now? Like, what do they say about that? I don't even know what they say in the other part of the world. Hey, Dave, nice to see you. Justin Pryor in the house. David Fisher, Europe. That's just what they say. Okay, they don't call it. They just say, oh, across the pond. Come on, Carrie, across the pond. Okay, that's good. Melanie, nice to see you. Kevin Powell, Ryan Fisher, what's going on? Hey, we're going to talk today about the untold truth about money, a blueprint to financial freedom. And I'd like to share as much as we can in the next, whatever it's going to be, hour 15 minutes, about things about money that I thought about to go from being completely stuck to completely financially free. So is that going to be interest to anybody? Give me a boom in the chat bar if you're interested in that. And hey, those of you on the bottom, I know you might be in the middle of something, but hey, Brian and DJ and Chad and all of you, if you can flip on your cameras when you get a chance, it'd be super helpful. And I was thinking, just so you guys know, we build these trainings to solve a problem for people, and it's free, right? So like most people did not have to pay anything to come here. And we do that because we want to make a difference. We want to impact 100 million people or more in the next decade or less in over 100 countries or more. We might need to spread that out because if you could see, we have people from Europe and Australia. We're already hitting a whole lot of countries on planet Earth here. Let me get a little poll so I know who's in the group here. So first off, how long have you been in our world, my world, Food Dog Group's world? Type in the chat bar. Has it been a year? Has it been decades? Has it been months? And are you brand new? If you're brand new, just type in new in the chat bar. So we got months. Let me clear this up. Months. Hey, just over a year. Well, unofficial is good, Stephanie. You could count unofficial. Me and you were doing electrical code classes probably maybe over 20 something years ago. Hey, Tammy, nice to see you. Ryan Fisher, 5 to 6 years. Hey, Ella, nice to see you. Ella, type in the chat bar, Ella, or send me a message. I was looking at a Facebook post and I want to know, it was a really young picture, and I want to know if that was you and Anthony in the picture on Facebook. Hey, Hank Hayes in the house. What's up, brother? Fred, nice to see you. All right. And if there was one thing that you wanted to make sure that we knock out of the park here on the untold truth about money, what is that one thing you want to get? Type in the chat bar while I'm bringing up our little slide deck here. All right, give me a boom in the chat bar if you could see that, or thumbs up. Everybody can see this? Yes? Tammy, thumbs up. You can see it? All right, now you all know Tammy has a thumb at least on one hand. So good thing I didn't call her out and she had no thumbs, right? So this untold truth about money here is, I did a poll the other day on social media and said, hey, is there a money, do people have a money making problem or a money spending problem? And I was pretty fascinated that there was a money spending problem more than a money-making problem. But I want you to write something down on a piece of paper. I believe it's a money understanding problem. A money understanding problem. And, people today, like I go back and I had a mortgage that was like $1,600 when I was 19 years old, which was a very big mortgage at 19 years old. And I was making $13.50 an hour. And I got a 50-cent raise. And I thought that was amazing. But the thing that made a difference, one, I never ran behind on my bills. I always paid on time. Plus, my dad ended up co-signing Ryan on that because my brother couldn't get approved. I didn't know what it meant to have my name put on a mortgage at 19, but I did know that if I didn't pay the bill, my dad's reputation and stuff was going to be tarnished, right? His credit. And I refused to do that. So at 19, I worked 2, sometimes 3 jobs during the day as an electrician, making $13.50 an hour for a company called All Power Electric back then. And then at night, I taught martial arts. So I was teaching 6 to 7 days a week. I was charging $10 a class. So I was making money at that. And then any chance, what they would call lump jobs. I don't know if you know what lump jobs are. They're just like side jobs I could take on. I would take on. And I would work as many hours as I could. So I really took on this understanding that, and maybe write this down, that money is not only a responsibility, right? It's a responsibility, how you navigate it, but money is an energetic understanding. Like it's a vibration. If you don't have it, let's imagine some of you who did change the channel. Type in change the channel if you did change the channel. Like if you don't have money, you're probably on the wrong channel, right? And so things aren't aligning for you. And if you do have money, then things are on the right channel. And I also don't let things knock me off balance of money, right? Like I understand, and you guys probably have the same, like I had $4 million lawsuits and who's a business owner? Type in business owner if you're a business owner in the chat bar. Are you a business owner? Okay. So we got business owners. All right. So thank you to all you business owners because you have all the pressure, don't you? Type in pressure, business owners. The business owners have all the pressure. Like your team acts like they have pressure, but like, you're working 7 days a week. You got to pay the bills. Uncle Sam's always waving at you like, hey, you made $1. Can you give me 2 or 3 back? And when I look at business owners and about money, it's this correlation of understanding. So let's dig into this. I do want, if you could do me a favor, while I'm talking through subjects and strategies and tactics, if I hit something that resonates, like you're like, man, I just heard it. I heard it for the final time. I needed to hear it. Can you give me a big boom in the chat bar? Can you give me a boom? This way I'll know that I'm resonating with you and that I'm getting what we need done. Today is sponsored by 2 amazing companies. One is J&J Van Lines, and I think Melanie is probably on here. So Melanie, if you could say hi and type in J&J Van Lines. Is anybody planning on moving in the next couple years? Type in moving. Is anybody planning on moving? If you are planning on moving, I know Aaron's moving. Yeah. If you're planning on moving, do me a favor, reach out to Melanie from J&J Van Lines. They make moving fun. They'll take the stress out of it. Also, our sponsor is by Pro Public Relations Optimization. If David's here, David, can you type in hello in the chat bar? If you're looking for a competitive advantage in your company and you would like to have the same opportunities or not better than Fortune 100 companies have at probably a 16th of the investment, well, guess what? You could hit up Dave here. So these are our proud sponsors today. Now, I know some of you are already attending or planning on attending Mind Power Revolution. If you are, can you type in mind power in the chat bar? I am already excited about this. I will tell you, Mind Power Revolution is 2 days a week over 2 weeks. And it's coming up next week. It starts. The team will put the dates in. And oh, hey, Kim, I'm so excited to have you. Lisa, oh man, Ryan Fisher, I'm so excited to have all you guys. And I'll share, if you're not signed up, how you could get signed up for this. It's going to be 2 nights a week, 2 days a week. So it's 3 to 7 p.m. So it's really convenient time, Eastern time. And it's going to be mind changing. I mean, it's going to be mind shifting. If you would like to collapse decades into days, that training's going to do it. That training's going to do it. Now, I have someone on my team that's on here, Rochelle. So if you end up getting private messages in the chat bar, you'll notice it'll have a little red thing. Well, it's probably someone in my team saying, hey, are you attending Mind Power Revolution? My kryptonite in life, just so you guys know, is thinking that somebody wanted a solution and missed out on our message or opportunity. So you can use this QR code if you like right here. You can feel free to use that. You can go here, and if you have questions, you can reach out to our team. We have a promotion right now. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, guys. It is right here. It's $19.97 for the whole training. And it's got $18,000 worth of power and value and knowledge. And it will be a no-brainer for you guys. Also, we have different financing and funding options for you. So if for some reason you're like tight on money right now, we'll do our best to help with a payment plan. Okay. So that is option number 1 for you guys. Okay. You definitely have that. And throughout the time, my team will reach out. We'll make it as easy as possible. It does start next week. Now you get a Zoom link. I'm going to write it up here. You're going to get a Zoom link. And if I was you and I got a Zoom link, I would tell everybody I cared about to come to my house, come to my office, plan for my team. And I would say, come Tuesday and Thursday from 3 to 7, both days, both weeks, and let's change together. So you can put as many people in the room as possible. Now, I don't know where else you're going to get training like this for under $2,000 that you could shove everybody you love in a room and allow us to do our very best to help them, okay? And to get it at the most affordable possible, because let's face it, I'm going to speak, a lot of my speaking things that I'm doing today, it's $35,000 for 1 hour for me to go speak today. I got a bunch coming up this year. You're getting this for your whole team and for your life and your family and everybody for $19.97. Okay. Now, I'm not making light that it's not an investment, but you get what you invest in is investing in your greatest future. So that's option 1. Option number 2, you're the first ones really to hear about this. I did one post and I all of a sudden got hit with a lot of people. So I am going to do it here. This is option number 2. Option number 2 is we have something that we built, which is called Breakthrough. And Breakthrough is a 2-day VIP experience in person right here at the Jersey Shore. We have an amazing facility. It's only for 20 people. And those of you that are interested in coming in person for this Breakthrough 2-day experience, you're also going to get included the Mind Power Revolution. Okay, is everybody tracking? Ryan, everyone tracking? So if you want to come in person for 2 days VIP, you'll get the Mind Power Revolution. If you're already signed up for Revolution, don't worry. We'll just apply the difference to it. Now, the in-person Breakthrough 2-day is May 21st and 22nd. And team, just type that in there, confirm those dates for me. May 21st and 22nd, Jersey Shore, 2 days, just about 20 people. That's it. Can't fit much more than 20 because it's in a facility. It's got a roof deck. The beach is right there. We could see the bay from the house. It's right down the street from my house here. We're going to have amazing time together. So if you are looking for a real intimate 2-day experience to be in a room with myself, my team, to create the greatest breakthroughs you ever have. Now, here's the deal. You have to apply for this. We're not just letting anybody come to the house. There's only 20 spots, and I've taken it as my own personal task to make sure all 20 people are picked. So if you want to do that, you have two choices. You could click this QR link, and it's going to take you to an application page. And you fill out the application page. I will review the application page. If you're chosen and I review it, I'll let you know the investment, and then you're in, and boom, you have a spot. Once we're done with 20 spots, that's it. It's closed out. It's locked out. There's no more. This is not like the other events where we could fit 150 people. This is intimate. This is private. This is with me and my team in a house with whiteboards going, what the hell do you have to solve? So you never have to experience maybe the pain, suffering, or whatever you didn't want. Now, if you have questions, you could go right to team@fooddoggroup.com. If you're not interested in this 2-day in-person VIP experience where the revolution is included, that's okay. You could just do revolution by going right here at revolution. Okay, you could just go right here and you could just sign up for that. And if you need to get on a calendar and talk to one of our advisors, boom, you can schedule a calendar link. So just look in the chat bar. My team's given all the information, okay? I will tell you, a lot of people on here have already said, hey, I want to come. You filled out the form. If you filled out the form, I'll go through them over the weekend. I'll let you know you're in. If you're in, you're locked. We'll take care of the investment. You're done. If someone's there and they're like, hey, I don't know if the time works yet, well, I'll just tell you, when the 20 spots are done, it's done. Is everybody tracking? Type in tracking in the chat bar. I want to make sure I'm clear because this is a rare experience. We don't do a lot of things with only 20 people like this. So it is a once in a chance lifetime there. Disclaimer about today. Quick disclaimer. Look, everything we talk about, you got to do your own due diligence. We are not attorneys. We're not doctors. We're not professional healthcare people. Whatever I say, you got to do your own due diligence. I am not here to tell you must do it. And of course, we're not guaranteeing any specific results here or that you're all of a sudden going to become a multimillionaire in 36 hours. Okay, there's the disclaimer. Now, here's something like, do you want more from your life? And if you do, type in more in the chat bar. If you want more, type in more in the chat bar. And I have a little poll I want to run about. Let me take this down and run the poll. Hey, those of you not on camera, hey, turn on your camera, please, so I can see you. Unless you're naked, then turn it on and off real quick, and we'll leave it to our own imagination, okay? I'm going to run a poll. Hey, team, throw up the poll. And this is going to help me understand as we dig into people that want more. All right? All right, so here's a poll. It's, what is your block to winning the money game? Is it mindset mastery? Is it leadership in life? Is it financial harmony, being able to have that financial security? Is it wealth building? Or is it like freedom? Like, you know, my biggest block is I have no freedom. My kids, my dog, my neighbors, my work, the news, Netflix series consume my life. So I'll share the team will share the results so you could see. Let's see. Okay, mindset mastery, financial harmony, freedom. All right, everybody go to the poll. Pick one answer, please. Pick one answer. Let me see who else joined us. Hey, Nicolette, nice to see you. Hey, who else we got? Pernilla, Kevin, nice. Erica, nice to see you. All right, you got 30 seconds to pick the poll here.
Only 60% of the people ever responded. So 40%. Jump on, jump on.
Come on, 40%ers. Well, I like to call the 1%ers. You know the thing about the 1%ers? You never have to ask them twice for anything. Like 1%ers are always leading the pack in all actions and everything that they're doing. All right, we're going to pause it there. Hey, share the results. Share the results. What do we got? Mindset mastery, 32% is financial harmony. Well, that makes sense. That's why you're here. All right, let's take the poll down. We'll get back into the slide deck here. All right, come on up and boom. All right. So tell me in the chat bar if any of you feel like this at all. You work so hard, right? You work so hard for not enough pay in your business, in your career. Anybody? Give me a me or understand or relate. Or you have to choose between time or money. Anyone? You need an escape from the struggle is a normal part of life messaging, right? Like, hey, this is just part of life. I'm supposed to suffer in pain. Or you'll never have enough to live the life you want. When we built these, I went back in time and I went to see how I felt a long time ago. And these were a lot of the things that I felt a long time ago. And then I started to wonder about this, like a life of wealth and abundance. Like, what if you could break away from your fears and worry, right? What would that feel like to you? And what if you could step into a new life of confidence, abundance, and your best life ever? And what if you could make your financial dreams a reality? Well, this is all possible. And I would tell you, it's only possible at this. Now, I was writing some notes before because we build these out, and then I'm like, I got to ask everybody a question. How many of you are overthinkers? Type in overthink. You're like, should I? Should I not? Should I now? Should I later? Should I today? Should I tomorrow? Like, I'll go to Amazon. I'll click all kinds of stuff. I'll wonder if it's the right blender. Is it the wrong blender? I should research for a year about blenders. And before you know it, you haven't blended anything because you didn't buy the damn blender, right? That's an overthinker, everybody. That's an overthinker. And tell me how, Sherry Hawkins, you did not send me any pictures of your trip. So either you're still away or I expect some pictures sent to me. But nice to see you. How many of you know you need to just stop overthinking a little bit? Type it in the chat bar. You have to stop overthinking. Now, there's a direct correlation between overthinking and certainty. Okay, right? So 1 to 10, 10 being, I live in a state of certainty. I know there's abundance. I'm on my way. I know I'm going to solve things. It's on its way. And 1, you're just like crumbled under a blanket, sipping warm tea. 1 to 10, where do you fall? 10, ultimate certainty. And 1, you still got a blanket and you're just like, I don't want to get off the couch. Turn on Netflix. Okay, we got a lot of 6s here. Here's a great question, Kim and David. How many of you did your certainty raise a bunch of points after the Mind Power Challenge? Tell me, like, how much change happened after Mind Power Challenge? Let's see what some feedback is here. Kim, yes. Okay, quite a bit. All right, that's good. So we know that investing time in breakthrough information shifts your paradigm and life changes, right? Life changes. All right. So let me take you back again because and this is not about me, but I have to share a framework. Otherwise, like, why would you even listen, right? If there wasn't a framework. When I go back in time to things and I think about like going from, a person on his own at 15 to a young guy that has a $1,600 mortgage, to a guy that is getting married and starting a family, to a guy who's killing himself in a work truck as an electrician, to a guy making a decision to scale and building a $32 million service company, to a guy that then sells the company to a guy who coaches 1,000 companies to a guy that sells a coaching company. And today was recognition for me. So I hope it's okay. I could just have my own recognition a moment here. I was looking at my Facebook memories, and I always scroll back like this. Any of you ever scroll back to the earliest memory on Facebook was I did a training a decade ago serving the world on today 10 years ago. So can you write this down? Be in the decade game. Be in the decade game. You don't know how knowledge will transfer into results until sometimes a year later, decades later. I mean, there's some people on here, Stephanie's on here. I mean, we were doing electrical code classes together probably 20-something years ago. Now, I don't know if you asked Stephanie 20-something years ago, like, hey, I knew Mike was going to build this thing. How could she? I didn't know I was going to build that thing, but I did know something for sure. Investing in myself, time, energy, and focus, and listening, learning, and applying, and being around driven people would move me faster. How many of you need to be around more driven, excited, passionate, purposeful people? Tell me in the chat bar. You just know when you're around those type of people, you're alive, you feel the vibration, you're excited. I mean, I bet some of you just came here and you don't even want to listen to what I say. You're just here for the energy, is it? Now, I'm sure you want to hear what I say, but you're here for the energy, right? And it's not, you're not here for the energy because a lot of people could like act energy. You're here because consistency. Consistency is the way that I was 10 years ago. Now I've increased my skills and my ability. Now I could scale companies when I in my sleep. I could recognize trends and patterns and behaviors. I understand a lot more about shame and guilt and trauma. How many of you, if you're okay sharing, you don't have to share the exact thing, you know that shame and guilt and some trauma is holding you back from your best life ever? Tell me in the chat bar. How many of you? Let's see. Well, it was for me. I mean, what the hell? Being on your own at 15, you gain a lot of shame and guilt and trauma. It was only till those moments of being able to break through. Now, I've tried everything to break through, and it took a long time. And today I found out it didn't have to take a decade. Like, I didn't need 6 different therapists to break through. And I'm not mocking therapists. Well, everybody has value of some kind. I'm just telling you, like, I probably didn't need 6 of them to solve that. If someone just told me how the world worked and how my world got created and how I can go from this world to that world, I could have changed it in months, if not less than a year, then change it and take decades to do it. Decades to do it, right? So what happened when I stepped into these success habits, right? And tell me if you could relate to some of this, or if you want this. You go from confused and figuring it out to selling 2 8-figure companies, right? Or I had no mentors, and then guess what? I learned how to leverage expert advice. How many of you are here because you want expert advice? Type in expert. Like, if you didn't know me, I'd like to think you're here, even if you're new in my world, because there was a sense of expert advice. You showed up to see, is it true or not? You don't know if it's true, right? Now, if once it becomes true, then you start listening a little deeper, right? And everyone around me was giving up. But when people were giving up, like we said, oh, we'll build Food Dog, we'll build this company, Business Forge we have. And the recession of 2008, I don't want to bring back twitches and flashback. Type in 2008 if you remember that, right? But I mean, okay, 2008, I've been debt-free since I'm 28 and I'm level 53. If you want to say what level you are, type in level. That would be another term for age. What level are you? At 53, faster, stronger, quicker, smarter, no more than I've ever known before. And working hard, but you're not sure, like, are you working on the right things? And with my freedom, I've created a life by design. How many of you love how it sounds to have a life, a business, and a wealth by design? A life, a business, and wealth by design. Right? That's what we want to get to. And this is what it creates, everybody. If it's okay, I'm going to give myself a boom on this, right? A boom, not because I'm done, because I'm not even warmed up. You guys aren't even warmed up here yet. I don't care if you're level 80 like Jim, you're not even started the game of playing at the level of potential. Most of us have just become awakened to the level of potential we have. Like, who else is feeling like I'm just becoming awakened to life? Type in awakened in the chat bar. Like I myself too, like I just feel like I'm at the next level, Lisa, of being awakened, right? And here's what you get. Like, it's not just about building businesses. Like, and by the way, if anybody wants to buy this building, it is still for sale. If anybody knows that building, it is a 15,000 square foot building. And I could just taste it selling because it is going for about 5 million. But if anybody wants a building that you could build, I don't know if Ray's on, I'm always trying to sell it to Ray and stuff, but you could build another building over here on the lot. But this one is sold and I'm happy about that. So mind power and the revolution of your mind is not just about relationships. It's not just about business building. It's not just about your health. It's not just about your wealth. It's about what? Type it in the chat bar. It's about everything. It's about everything. That's what mind power revolution is about. It's about revolutionizing your mind, your environment, your relationships. Now, this is what gets created. Boom. I think we have people all over here. And this was amazing. I don't know if anybody was here. Just so you know, this is the same beach that the VIP experience, the breakthrough 2-day VIP experience is going to be at. The beach is right there. And it's in May. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Any of you that are filling out the form. Team, can you put the link in there if they fill out the form, anybody that's interested in that? All right. And of course, if you've been following me a while, then you know a bunch of my friends, and this is what they have to say. They're all great people. If you know Kevin, type in Kevin. He's incredible. Mike McAllowitz, right? Just a legend. Jay Abraham, legend. If you don't know who these guys are, then you might want to look it up. The cool thing is in our world, they're in our world. So that's always a plus for everybody. Let's dig into strategy number 1. Okay, ready? Strategy number 1, Tammy, here we go. So understanding money. So we have these complex belief systems surrounding the concept of money. Tell me one concept of money that your dad had. Let's just go with dads. What was the concept of money your dad had? What was his belief around money? Work hard for it. I want to know. Okay, don't spend it. That's right. Right, Jim? Don't spend it. Money is hard. What else did your dad say? I want to know what your dad said. I'll get to your mom. Doesn't grow on trees. What else did your dad say? Go back, some of you, in time. And if some of you don't have a dad around, like my dad moved on in November. I don't mean to trigger any emotional thoughts, but like just go and think, like, what did dad used to say? Right? I don't have it. Yeah. Like, what do I look like? The bank? I'll never have it. Okay. Mitchell says he blew it. Danielle says, don't waste money. Work your butt off. That's what you're going to have to do. Let's see what else we have here. Cash rich, cash poor. All about cash. Okay. Always said work smarter, not harder, but never did it himself. It's hard to make money. Charity starts at home. Burns a hole in your pocket. Holy shit, Brian. Like, what a belief there. Like, why would you ever gain massive abundance thinking it would burn a hole? All right, let's go to moms, everybody. What moms say about money? What did she do? She said, give me the needle and thread. Those are a great pair of pants. Let me sew it. Like, what did she say for you? Oh, Danielle said, mom said, spend it. Brian's mom said, save it. Morgan's mom said, money doesn't grow on trees. What else? What did your mom think about your mom now? Easy come, easy go. Save it, right? Never use credit. Don't waste that. Don't have it. Now, ready for honesty? I hope you guys know if you come here to Mike, the tattooed guy, like, I'm not gonna give you comforting lies. I'm gonna give you hurtful truths, not to hurt you. I just want to put a new reflection on things to shift you a little bit. How many of you like have opportunities to scale your business, scale your life, do things, and you now thinking back to what mom and dad said, you function pretty similar? Type in similar if it's a possibility. Really, this is, be truthful, because I know a lot of you, right? And I've watched a lot of you. So is it pretty similar? I bet it is. It's very rare that your mom and dad, Jim says, now I spend too much, that your mom and dad were one way and then you were completely opposite, never there, right? So what we want to do is understand money and some of the beliefs we need to leave behind. So you're not your mom and you're not your dad. And if you could write down on a piece of paper, I have choices. Write it down. I have choices. You do. You have lots of choices. You have a choice to move forward with something or stay stuck. You have a choice to complain or to solve. You have a choice to stay in suffering or go to certainty. You have choices. At the moment you think you have no choices, you have the language of your past parents, right? Tell me what your takeaway is from this. What's your big, because if you don't get this fundamental understanding, first, you won't scale wealth. It's hard because the program's off here. The understanding is off. When you wake up and you go, it's abundance, I make decisions, I take action, I move forward. I have a rule of thumb. Like, we think really quick. Most of you don't have a decision-making criteria. How many of you suffer in the state of fear? Like, you go out to dinner and you're like we're going to a steakhouse tonight for my daughter's birthday. So we're going to a steakhouse down the road here. And like, how many of you go and you're like, you're looking at it and you're like, oh man, tomahawk steak, 60, 80 bucks. Maybe I'll just get the chicken finger kitty meal for 20. And you have that sense of fear. Brian's like, no, Brian, you're a good eater. Me and you are going to eat the tomahawk, baby. Is that what we're going to do? All right, Brian, me and you, tomahawk steak. But some people, they're just waiting to step into the next, like, Stephanie, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you can go. All right, we'll see. So you're waiting to keep stepping, but you're in constant conflict of fear, which is your mom and dad and their mom and dad and their mom and dad who lived through the famine. Is that what they call it? The famine and the Great Depression. And then they lived through all these things. And then now you're carrying this forward and it's keeping you stuck. It's keeping you stuck. Oh, you have to teach tonight, Stephanie? I was going to invite you. No, I'm just kidding. It's for my daughter tonight. All right, let's go to number 2. Okay, break through the big lies. The only way to break through big lies, I found, is action. Action and certainty breaks through the lies. It breaks through the lies. Money is not hard to come by. You do not have to work hard. First off, the fact that anybody says they're working hard says they hate what they do. This is not hard work for me. This is love. This is like exciting. This is like, we build this. It takes like 30 days between the team, the slides, Facebook, put all this stuff to get you here for us to do exactly what we love. And we love why we're building all along the way. The only way to retire is to scrimp and save. No, it's a big lie. That's not the only way to retire. The way to retire wealthy and free is to understand you, then understand money. Can you write that down, everybody? The only way to retire and not worry about scrimp and save is you must understand you then understand money, then understand scaling, then understand relationships. That's why Mind Power Revolution is built, guys, to break through you, solve you. The breakthrough VIP experience is to shove you in an environment you can't escape, because like some of you, I didn't look here because I have to take it off thing. I bet some of you still are not on camera, but when you're in person, you can't put a paper bag over your head and hide. You're going to be in the room with us. I'm going to see you. You're going to see me. We're going to solve things. So you can't run away. You can't click a button and be like, you don't see me, Mike. I'm here. You have to listen. That's why we call it a total immersion, right? And then investment is only for the rich. Well, no, write this down. Investment is an understanding. Investment is a process. Investment is an understanding. Investment is a process. Yeah, Mitchell, I love you said you wish you could come. Like a lot of people wish they could do things, but there's wishing and doing. How do I know? Because like $1,600 mortgage, whatever it was at 19, there was no like, maybe I'll pay the bill. Man, I did not want my dad to ever look at me and say, son, you're letting me down. I never wanted my dad to say that. How about any of you? Did you ever want, I never wanted my dad to say, son, you're letting me down. I thought you would manage this and you took advantage and now my credit shot. Like I played that whole story in my mind. And then I said, I'll figure this out. I will solve this. You guys might have heard the story how I went to Disney on training. They paid for 5 days of Disney training with top executives because I asked and I thought different. It's always about thinking different. And then like the recession is coming. I don't understand the word recession. I understand the word relentlessness. Can you write that down? Right, Gary? I don't understand recession. I understand relentlessness. I also know that if you get started, let me erase this and we'll draw it here. If you get started in this game of change, right? You get started in the game of change, changing yourself, and you stop changing yourself over time, I will tell you almost all the time, there is a dip of pain and suffering. Who can relate? Type in relate. You invested a long time ago, you improved yourself, you got to a point, you stopped, and eventually things got back. Me too. Me too, everybody. Growing, investing, thinking, then all of a thought, like I thought I was the hot diggity dog until I got the letter, the certified letter that says you're being sued for $4 million. You want to go from hot diggity dog to like scared shit in a moment of seconds? Like, especially the certified letter, you don't know if there's a check in there or something bad. Open it up, you're being sued for $4 million. Oh boy. Most people, done. Just become a victim, can't come out. Me, I'm like, okay, what are we going to do? Crawl? Like, should I just stay under the blanket for a month? I'll just pull up the blanket, sip tea, watch Netflix, which back then there wasn't even Netflix probably, or get to work because there's, Aaron, if someone on the team could look up how much money's on planet Earth right now today. How much money's on planet Earth? I mean, it's in the trillions. All right, tell me what you're taking away from number 2. What's your action item? I don't want this to be just a social gathering. I don't want it to be entertainment. I'm here because I want you to take massive action, because massive action solves things. People are like, oh, Mike, no, of course it's easy for you. You figured it all out. What do you mean figured it out? How do you think you go from 2 employees to 200 employees? It ain't luck. It's chance. Take a chance. And not all of them work. Write this down. Every chance that didn't work was a future growth opportunity. Every chance that didn't work was a future growth opportunity. I kept stepping into environments that scared me, right? Some of you might have heard this. Jay Abraham, highest paid consultant on earth. I was sitting next to him, Hank, at an event. He was in the back of the room. I wouldn't even make eye contact with him. I was like, oh my God. I'm like this. I'm telling, I think maybe Robert, somebody, I'm like, whisper, I'm like, that's effing Jay Abrams. Legend. Like if I touched him, I would have fell apart. I'm like, oh my goodness, look at this guy. Like I didn't even feel worthy of him because I was so admired by his success and also afraid, like, what would I say to a guy like that? And I remember at one moment he acknowledges, like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, great. Yeah. Hey, Jay, like, like a puppy dog doesn't know how to control its own body. I probably look like that. Like it doesn't know how to wag its tail or it flops over, its head's too big. So I kept saying to myself, wait a minute, what? Now that I could go back in time, I could look at that and say, when was I scared to step into an environment, step into a place around people that at first intimidated me? And then I found out all they wanted to do was show me how to model a behavior for me to step into. Is that making sense, everybody? They were creating an environment for me to model how successful people functioned in life. If you never step into the higher bracket of people and you always stay in the bracket you're in, you will stay in that bracket. You will stay in the bracket because they're not saying go do more. How many of you have someone in your life that's telling you, hey, go do more right now. Go do more right now. Go ahead. I want you to work more, do more, get more, win more, earn more. I want you to be wealthy. I want you to be rich. I want you to have abundance. I want you to be free. Like you want it, but do you have people cheerleading for you? Probably not. Probably not. You want cheerleaders. You want them to go, good morning, get the hell up, go win. Wouldn't that be cool? Do any of you want me to like do a recording? I'll just record something. I'll be like, get the hell up, go win today. And you can just set your alarm clock for it, right, Hank? Get up, stop complaining, go win. There's trillions of dollars that has your name on it, but you're not grabbing it. I'm not talking about grabbing it where you sit there and you wait for the government to give it to you. Well, that's effing easy. You didn't have to do much of anything. I'm talking about go grab it. Go grab it. All right, strategy number 4, everybody. What happened on the numbers here? Aaron, did you see that? Okay, strategy 3 was so good, I can't even tell it to you, just so you know. I'm not even going to, Charles, can't even show you strategy 3. It's that effing good, strategy 3. We're going to save it for the end. If you have a lot of energy, then I'll just give you strategy number 3. All right, strategy number 4 here. Your future of financial freedom. The first step to achieving your future to financial freedom is to believe it's within your reach. How many of you just in now the less than an hour are starting to feel like there's an opportunity within your reach more than when you showed up? Tell me in the chat bar. Do you feel, I see the heads nodding. Do you feel I promise you, if this tattoo guy can do it, you can do it, right? Okay. I don't have the degrees. I got an amazing one. It's from East Brunswick Vocational School, but I have a degree of not quitting. Actually, I think I should make a certificate, Ryan. You graduated the degree of not quitting and not listening to people who knew nothing, right? I didn't listen to people that knew nothing. I listened to people who knew something. Okay, Ray, you're going to get that certificate too, okay? The degree of not quitting. All right, team, write that down. We're going to get some degrees of not quitting done. All right, but this is about your mind, your body, and your spirit intertwined. Now, I'm not talking spirit, like let's get all foo-fooey and stuff. I'm talking about the completion of you. Once you believe it, you can achieve it, but not just believing alone. You have to believe it to achieve it. The part that's missing in there is this. Watch this. Believe, achieve. Here, strategies. Strategies. Any of you that do Mind Power Revolution, it is not an education training. It is a transformation training. Can you just write that down? Mind Power Revolution transformation training. Now, the breakthrough on May 21st and 22nd, the 2-day VIP experience, now that's transformation on jet fuel. Why? Because you can't hide from me. Like when we're eating lunch, I'm staring at you. When you're eating dinner, I'm talking to you. Like there's no escaping. You leave with a blueprint that your life changes forever, or you don't leave. Like I can't physically hold you hostage, but I can remind you why you came, right? So if any of you did, and I didn't say this before, the team will put the form in. And remember, there's a calendar. If you guys want to get on with one of our advisors to ask questions about anything, our advisors are always available. But when you fill out the forms, it's going to go in the order of the forms that I go through. All right. So dreaming about financial freedom, everybody. Dreaming is this fantasy. I like to do something. I want to take fantasies into reality. How do you know it's just a fantasy? Just a fantasy is, I wish I could have this someday. I wish I could have a car. So I wish I could have a house. Look, I'm mortgage free since I'm 28. Being an electrician, which is a great career. I love to be an electrician. Don't get me wrong. I loved it. It's an amazing trade. It's a trade that, like, if you do it wrong, you die because the shit will kill you. And if you do it right, you keep other people from dying. So, like, I love the electrical trade. But I mean, I'm level 53 and my wife and I are debt free from 28. Why? Understanding of money, understanding of our minds. That's the future of financial freedom. Type in your big takeaway there, everybody. What is your takeaway? What's your takeaway there? What is your takeaway? All right, strategy number 5. We're going to keep this party going. Vision quest. Ask yourself, what does, and I want all of you to put one thing in the chat bar. What does financial freedom look like for you? What does it look like? Type it in. No more worry about bills. Flexible schedule. Do you want, where you want, anywhere you want? Is it being your own boss? Is it being a boss where you don't feel like you have all the pressures? Is it a passion for what you do every day? Vacation lifestyle. There we go. Brian, you're on your way there, man. Just keep stepping up into the next level of influence and power, and you're going to get there quicker. Play with the wolves. Learn how wolves run. Run like wolves. I mean, that's the way it is. Serving at the highest level. Very nice. Charity. Debt-free, more to give. Yeah. Flexible schedule and the ability, good things in the world with my resources. Yes, Lisa. Growing, scaling, serving, travel. How many of you, because I do track a lot of people that love to serve, how many of you want to create an amazing impact on the earth in the future? How many of you just want to make an impact? Tell me, put impact in the chat bar. Absolutely. Okay. In order to impact the world, you must impact your world. So in order to impact the world, you got to impact your world first, because you're going to be the catalyst of it. You're going to be the catalyst of that. So you have to have this clear vision. You have to know what it looks like, sounds like, feels like, and you have to see yourself starting to live that. Now, if let's pretend we were all billionaires right now. I used an example like this morning. Pretend you're a billionaire. All right, how would you be sitting right now? How would you be sitting? I'm looking at you. How does a billionaire sit? Oh, there you go, Danielle. She's like, oh, I'm a billionaire. Like, I'll tell you all the F off if I want. Okay, how does a billionaire, like, what are they sitting like? Now, if the billionaire goes back in time and goes back to the beginning and says, hey, when you got to make decisions, what would the billionaire tell you how to make decisions? What would the billionaire say? Take a guess. What would the billionaire say about making decisions? Hey, Anthony Foster, nice to see you. What would the billionaire say? Would he say make slow decisions or quick decisions? He would say burn the boats. Believe in yourself. What else would he say? Focus. Just make them. Don't overthink it. Step up, step forward, step in, right? Step up, step forward, step in. Okay, very good. Let's go. Oh, here's number 3. All right, I just created that with my mind, everybody. We're whole. Tammy, we are now whole again. I was feeling a little unwhole, but man, I should have did that as a test and been like, hey, was something out of order? I'm testing your focus today. No, it's just the slide got out of order. It just happens sometimes. All right. You're your own greatest investment. Is that true? Raise your hand. True? Yes? Okay, some of you don't have hands. Raise your arm if you don't have a hand. Okay, all right, I see you. All right, so when you invested in your skill set, I bet everyone on here is making money based on a skill set you have. True? Type in true if that's true. You're making money based on a skill set. And as you raise your skills, do you make more or do you make less? Tell me in the chat bar. Do you win more or win less? When you raise your skills, do you love life more or less? You're always investing in your freedom. Always. And then you get to smile like her or these people or these people. These are all friends of mine from iStock Photo, Tammy, in case you don't know. They're all my friends from the photo app, Hank. But they all look like they could be my friends, right? You have to invest in your freedom and invest in a diverse portfolio to secure. How many of you have too many eggs in one basket? Type in eggs in the chat bar. Oh, that's fitting. Isn't like Easter's coming up, right? Easter. Does anybody like celebrate Easter? Type in Easter. Do you still like do the Easter egg thing and stuff? Does anybody else, like me and my wife, like every year, I'm pretty sure we buy the dyes with the intention of dyeing eggs, and then you never do it because your kids are like grown up and they don't live. Well, maybe now, my daughter's home now, so maybe we will do dyeing eggs. But every year we have the intention of dyeing eggs. Love having multiple funnels and wealth creation vehicles. Yes, I do eggs with the grandkids. Brian, I expect to see pictures with the grandkids. All right. All right. So we have to diversify. And with diversification, we diversify our minds first. Okay. Diversify our minds first. And then we diversify everything else in our future. All right. We are back on track. Are we back on track? Wow. We're going to do 7, then 6. Holy camole, everybody. Thumbs up. All right. It's probably because I touched a button. Do any of you ever touch a button and things move around? Tammy, don't smile at that one. Don't smile at that one. See, I can't call on all of you because I have one little bar on the side, so I have to call. Oh, Sherry's smiling. Okay, thanks, Sherry. All right, your new wealth identity. So total transformation is through identity shifts. Kim, don't be laughing at that. It's not funny. No, it's really funny. Okay. Total transformation comes through identity shifts. Now, how many of you, if you were to shift one thing in your identity, look in the mirror real quick. I have to change this about my identity. In this moment, right now, before this training ends, what's one thing you would change? Tell me in the chat bar. What's one thing you would change? Because you have a past identity and you got to leave some of that past behind. And you got to create a clear, specific vision of your new identity and take action to live in your new identity. Okay, Kim, strength. Okay, got to remove scarcity. Scarcity will keep you back. Belief in myself. Tammy, I believe in you. Being a single parent is hard. Right. Being a single parent is different. Right? When you change from difficult to different, you go from victim to victor. You go from seeing pain to seeing a future of pleasure. Right? It's all about seeing. Now, your identity has to be one of opportunity and not one of pain. When you flip the script, you change the channel, you revolutionize your mind, everything changes. There you go. Single parent is a breeze, she says. All right. let's pause here before we go to the next one and tell me what's one big action item you're going to take right now. I want however many people are on here. How many on here? 50, 60? Okay, 45 people. I want one action item so far from everyone as we keep going. I got a couple more to do. I want you to stay with me. Okay. Guard it from others. Okay, apply for breakthrough. All right, awesome. You just fill out the link. They'll put the link in there. They'll send it to you private message. Make sure you fill out the form. You got to fill out the form, guys. Got to fill out the form. Abundance mindset. Get more organized. Yes. Right. Do you know everything in your, here's what's fascinating, Erica. People say they need processes and systems with the delusion that they don't have processes and systems. You know, your whole life is a process and system. Your body is a process and system. You waking up is a process and system. The way you get dressed, the way you brush your teeth, the way you bathe, the way you drive a car, the way you make food, the way you eat, the way you think. I love when people say I have to build process and systems without the reality. And tell me if that's a big boom wake up for anybody. You are a process and system. What you don't want is process and systems. You want optimization of your existing processes and systems because you are a process and a system. Somebody give me a boom. That should be like a double boom. Okay, a double boom. All right, here we go. 3 key habits to build wealth. Continuous learning and development. True? Type in true. Is that true? Continuous learning and development? Yeah. If you stop the pendulum from swinging, it stands still. It takes a lot of energy to start it again. Have a clear vision and financial goals. Yes? True? Because saying you want more money is not more money. Saying I want this much or more at this time or sooner, that is a vision. And when you can, someone taught me, we reverse engineered our plan to hit $1 billion. And he said, okay. And then we were in a room full of people where we had to prove out our $1 billion blueprint, reverse engineered. Those of you who was on the legacy call this morning, type in legacy in all caps. We talked about reverse engineering. So we reversed at my organizations with my wife and Aaron, my partners. We reverse engineered $1 billion. And then we had to prove out the $1 billion reverse engineer. And then after we proved it out, the guy said to me, this was funny, Daniel. He said to me, will you be upset and mad at me if you only hit 700 million instead of $1 billion? And I was like, well, I'm going to be a little pissed off at you, but not really pissed, right? So if you shoot, what do they say? Shoot for the moon, settle on the stars. And I don't even know. I feel like stars are closer than the moon sometimes, but you get the point, right? Build a big thing in your mind and hunt that thing, crave that thing, want that thing, scream it from the mountain. I said it also on Legacy this morning. I said, when you're King Kong, everybody sees you. How many of you just need to be more seen in the world today? Like you want more, but you're not seen. Like, oh, I want to grow my company, but I'm going to hide in a bush. I want to grow my life, but I'm hiding in a bush. King Kong cannot fit behind a bush. And I'm pretty sure he's not even afraid of Godzilla, right? See, when you're the biggest gorilla, everybody sees you. If you're just one of those little, what are those little ones? The little monkeys, you feed them and they like sit on your shoulder. Like you see that for a minute. King Kong comes, that little thing runs. That thing runs away, right? When you want to be seen, now that's a breakthrough. You got to have the breakthrough, not in the thinking. You have to have the breakthrough in your soul. It's got to come out and you go, this is who I am. This is where I'm going. No turning back. No turning back. All right, let's go to the next one here. We're very close to this. Are you staying strong? Type in strong in the chat bar. Are you staying strong? Are you good? I see some nodding. Yes. Okay, I got some arm muscles there. Lisa, Pernilla, Sherry, value. Type in value. Are you getting value? And let's go for creating a wealth blueprint. So now's the time to create your wealth blueprint. What does financial freedom mean to you? Why don't you tell me in the chat bar? Like, what does financial freedom mean to you? Does it mean like abundance? Does it mean a life that you dreamed of? Does it mean joy? Does it mean like happiness? Does it mean love? Like, what does it mean to you? And some of these things, you might have to go back later. You might have to go back later and answer them. And whose wisdom can you leverage? Whose wisdom can you leverage? Type in the chat bar. I hope some of you are putting Mike. I hope you're putting my name in the chat bar. Thank you, Erica, right? Maybe you're putting Aaron in the chat bar. Maybe you're putting my son Michael in the chat bar. Maybe you're putting my beautiful wife Jennifer in the chat bar. Maybe you're putting Megan in the chat bar. Maybe you're putting Tara in the chat bar. We have 17 like team members. So maybe you're putting somebody. Okay, Sherry's like, I'll just take you all. You will all leverage all of you. Very good, Sherry. And what big actions do you need to take there? Give me your next biggest action you have to take. Is it build the blueprint? Is it filling out? Ryan says, Food Dog, thank you. Is it attending Breakthrough? Is it attending Mind Power Revolution? What is it? What is the next big action that you know, if I do this, everybody, or when I do this, I'm going to start moving there. I'm going to get closer to where I want to go and further away of what I don't love and like, right? Further away. Blueprint, reverse engineering. Yes, Sherry. Yes. Okay. And what sorts of risk mitigation will you implement to ensure you're set? Okay. Risk mitigation. This is understanding that things could possibly keep you from where you're going to go. Let me give you the number one risk mitigation. Ready? Your mind. Stop thinking the way you were thinking and start changing permanently the way you think. If you keep thinking the way you're thinking, will you get further? No, me neither. I'm no different than you. If I went back and I said, now I entered a world when I was building my service company, I made a decision to change an industry, everybody. And I was going to step into the service industry, not to just change it a little bit, to change it completely. And I stepped into a world with legends, organizations that have been around for 40 plus years. And here comes Mike, who's going to revolutionize the way. I'm in my middle 40s and I'm like, I'm not stepping in to help people. I'm stepping in to change it permanently. And if anybody thinks I changed it permanently, don't bullshit me. Type in the chat bar. Give me a boom or warrior or something. Like, I changed it permanently forever. Now, the risk mitigation was if I didn't step in my mind with the hunger to just do what others have not done in a way they never did it before, guess what? There's a lot of lives that wouldn't change. We coached 1,000 companies. We had over 20,000 companies following us. So the first risk mitigation, it's the only one I want to give you, is the risk. You must defend your own mind and you must evolve your own mind. You must evolve your own mind. Step forward, step in, remove fear, take chances. Now, I'm not talking about blind chance, close your eyes, blindfold, walk across the highway. We're not talking about that. We're talking about tactical decisions. Yes, I need to do this to go forward. Will you get to where you want to go if you do nothing different? Answer in the chat bar. You won't get to where. So this year, you could just start to map out your own wealth blueprint. All right, let's finish up with this. We're almost quarter after, which is right where I want to go. We're 12 after. I'm going to summarize this opportunity for you guys. I want to make sure you got massive value, and I'm going to get some insights from you all before you go. So you have a couple options. Number one is this one here. Mind Power Revolution, 2 days a week, starts next week, Tuesday, Thursday, next week, Tuesday, Thursday, 4 hours each day. If you miss a session, we'll give you the recording and we will revolutionize the way you're thinking. If you take advantage of this now, it's $19.97 for you. You could go right here, or you could get on the calendar with my team and talk to an advisor. You're going to get $18,000 worth of value. It is pure value. And I'd love to have you all join me for that. We have the most amazing people will be on there. You'll meet new people. You'll change together. We'll change the world. We'll change your world, which changes your family's world. And how many of you have children? Type in children in the chat bar. How many of you have children? Okay. If you have children, what would you be telling your children about change right now? What would you be telling them? Talk to your children. You tell them what? Would you tell them do things, remove fear, take chances, move forward? Or would you tell them life's going to suck, be scared, do nothing? So like you're doing this. People all the time say, I say, what would you die for? They say, my children. And I said, you're not even living for them. Like you're not even doing what it takes to be the very best model for them. Like if you want to die for them, why don't you live for them? That's not a phrase I'm telling you. It's a phrase that I've told myself for decades. Number 2 options here. There's 20 spots. Okay. We have 1 spot has already been taken. Not during this. Someone took a spot last week. As soon as we had the dates, they said they're in. So 1 spot's gone. So there's 19. Okay. You could go here and click on this. There's a form to fill out. It has basic information. I want to know why you want to spend 2 days in the house over there with me. And I want to make sure, yes, 1, I could get you the breakthrough. And number 2, you're going to fit the environment of 20. It's all about going to the next level. And if you join the 2-day VIP experience, you will also get Revolution free. I just decided that the other day. Why? Because if you're going to come 2 days, I need your mind in the game already. I want your mind optimized. It's going to take less heavy lifting for me and more strategic planning over there than if I have to break through everybody's mind at the house the first half a day. Well, then I'm going to lose a half a day of tactical of each person. The 20 people, everybody's going to have one-on-one focus attention. Some of you have been through experience. If you've been through an experience like that before, like a legacy you experience where it's 2 days, can you type in what it's like in the chat bar to be in an environment like that for 2 days with the team? All right, let me take this down. All right, everybody. Hey, those of you who don't have your cameras on, get ready to at least say hi and wave before you go. I'd like to know your biggest insight. So if everybody could serve me, what is your biggest insight? Type it in the chat bar. All right, biggest insight. Evolve and execute. Yes, David, I love it. Who's next? Come on, come on, come on. All right, let's see what else here. Mitchell, that is a serious beard like my son's. You and my son could be in a competition for the beard. Michael, do you see Mitchell's beard? That's a world-class beard, man. Yep. I think he's got you beat, Michael. My son's, he wins. Okay. That's something. You defeated my son in beard. That is impressive. I have this, and this takes too much to take care of right here. All right. Be a billionaire. Work back from that. Danielle. Yes. I can't wait to, you're a billionaire. Danielle, are you going to fly us on your jet and stuff? Can you tell, are you going to take me and my wife and our, like, can Ginger come on the jet? All right, get clear, take action. I have choices. Tammy, I love it. Strategies to get from believe to achieve. Identity shift. Make the blueprint. Being a single parent is different, not difficult. Everybody give Lisa a big boom. Say Lisa, boom, in the chat bar. Okay, stop living the lies. Yes, Gary, come on. You know I love you, brother. Like, what are we waiting for here? All right, Lisa's got a bunch of booms. Anthony Foster, sexy. Where are we going, man? All dressed up. Oh, my man. Where's Ella? She probably can't keep her hands off that outfit you're wearing today. You're looking mighty handsome, my man. All right. Hey, Freedom Tribe Mastery Legacy, people in my world, if you could stay a couple minutes, I got to give you some updates and some insights. Everyone else, hey, I had a blast with you. If you're interested in Revolution, you're not signed up, you can either click the link, team put it in. You could get on with one of our advisors. They might have been reaching out to you. Get on, they'll help you out. You're welcome, Jim. Or if you want to spend 2 days, breakthrough 2-day VIP experience, May 21st, 22nd, fill out the form. And if you just need help, everybody, just reach out to us. We're here to help you. We're honored to serve. We love you guys. All right, Freedom, Mastery, Legacy. Hang tight a minute. Everyone else, boom. Have an incredible weekend. And I'll be thinking about all of you when we go eat steak later. All right, boom.